This comes to us from Anime Updates, an AI generated manga, also known as manga, if you actually read it, whose title translates to My Dear Wife, Will You Be My Lover, has topped the rankings of Japan's largest ebook store, CMOA. And I think this right here speaks to the point of what I've been trying to get across to all the AI haters online and on social media that are trying to push back, saying they're taking our jobs. The people buying the products do not care. They will buy what appeases them. They might pretend like, oh, no, I totally won't buy AI generated stuff. No, I don't agree with that. If it comes out, if it's good, if it's almost as important, cheap, people will gravitate towards it. That's not to say that there's not a market for authentic drawn, hand drawn, or in game development, authentically code written without any AI. There will always be a market for that, and typically there'll be a combination of the two. But this right here points to exactly what I and many other people, I don't want to take all the credit for it, but this is what everyone's that knows what's happening has been saying for the longest time. Anime Updates provides the screenshot of the top selling mangas, and the number one selling 100% AI generated. This is the future. And based off the cover photo, I can't say that I'm upset about it. This is from Automation. AI generated manga becomes top ranked in Japan's biggest ebook store. An AI generated manga has recently been topping Japan's biggest ebook store, Comic Simoa's young adult charts. AI generated manga is currently topping the young adult category of Japan's largest ebook store, Comic Simoa. While some reviews lean towards the positive side, the manga's rise through the ranks has others worried about the future of the industry. Again, if people want to make the art themselves, they can. If people are going to buy the AI generated instead of yours, that's where the future is going. It's no different than if you were in the business of selling horses and buggies and Henry Ford invented a car. You can't be like, no, don't do that mode of transportation because it's easier and more efficient than what I'm doing here, because that's going to destroy my business of selling the horses and carriages that I do over here. Released on December 28th, 2025, My Dear Wife, Will You Be My Lover, unofficial translation, is a 4-volume manga created by Mamaya and published by STUDIO ZOON. The rather suggestive story revolves around a 35-year-old husband and wife who are having trouble rekindling the spark and some of the more mature aspects of their relationship. I don't know how they'd be struggling to get a spark if she looks like that. Okay. Sounds like this guy might have a guy problem if he's having an issue here. Though many Comic Samoa user reviews focus on the art and the story writing of the manga, other reviews talk about its poor quality by AI standards. Elements like cut and pasted characters, wordy introduction dialogue, more similar to a novel, and plain-looking backgrounds were brought up, with the overall consensus being that the manga is just plain boring. It seems like the only saving grace for many is the sexy parts, which are reported to be of higher quality than the rest of the manga, but are of few frequency. Some of Comic Samoa readers are also suggesting the review section as a way to express their disappointment in AI-generated manga. So there you go. People are wondering why it only has 3 stars. That means that there are people upset that it's selling, and they're giving it 1-star reviews and just knocking it down because it's AI. Now that the proverbial Pandora's box has been opened, several speculations have arisen, such as whether the positive reviews for My Dear Wife, Will You Be My Lover, were made by fake accounts to boost its reception. Some have even considered discontinuing their usage of Comic Samoa and moving to a platform where AI-generated manga is prohibited. Good luck with that. Hey, have fun. If I was the company, I'd be like, all right, bye. Like at this, we are the largest bookstore for manga. We sell it all here. You want us to stop selling certain things that you ideologically disagree with? This is a post translation over on X. Kazuo Ibashi, a manga author and editor who most notably worked on editing Mob Psycho 100 and The World Only God Knows. Notice how Comic Samoa users are more invested in content of the manga and perhaps becoming more nonchalant toward the fact that it was generated by AI, given how normalized the tool has become in recent days. So real quick, just take a look at this, because this actually a very insightful post. Finally, Seymour-san's overall first place goes to AI manga. Zoon-san has made their move. Complicated. However, it's the era. It seems like 2026 will be a tumultuous year. The reviews aren't that heated either, and it seems like readers don't really care whether the artist is using AI or not. I wonder if only the creators are the ones who are concerned about it. Has this era finally arrived? It will probably explode in numbers this year. Well, not only that, but think about it this way. If you're a fan of manga and you understand what makes a good manga, you could literally become a manga author and artist right this second. You could literally start putting your own manga together with the help of AI. There's nothing holding you back. That should scare a lot of the artists, because now it's opened up the field to anyone that wants to come in and do it themselves and prove to the world that they have a passion project to be able to make this what they want to come to fruition, as opposed to having the gatekeepers behind the book publishers and I went to school to draw these characters. It's no different, by the way, with the journalists in the gaming realm, where they're mad at YouTubers. Like, you didn't go to school for journalism. I don't need to. That's why they hate us. And it's going to be no different when it comes to this stuff too. He surmises that perhaps only manga artists such as himself truly care about this aspect of the creation process, and expects AI-generated manga to become more popular in 2026. Kurosawa says, low-hanging fruit reply, guy move. First off, who cares? Secondly, this won't happen again unless creativity in AI outpaces human work. Well, it will. That's what the concern with AI is with everyone, is every single day that you wake up, AI is the worst it will ever be. The next day, it's going to be better than it was the day before. Lastly, this is technically a good thing. It means that people can't get away with making bland Isaki slop anymore. They'll have to compete directly with robots. Publications are likely to create a barrier to entry if there is an influx of AI-generated stories. This would basically ensure that human slop is prevented from being published as well. I think that's actually a banger point right there. I would imagine if this does blow up, that it's going to turn into, there will be AI only segments of the area for the store, so that if people do only gravitate towards what's hand drawn by people, they will ignore all that stuff if it does blow up, and there'll be two completely different segments of the market potentially. I ultimately see this becoming a one true, people just want what's best. They don't care how the hot dog is made. They just want a good hot dog. The same thing I say when I go to the ball game. I don't ask the guy throwing the hot dog to me, hey, what hot dog is, where to get made, what's inside this, and is it good for? I don't give a fuck. I really don't. If it's a delicious hot dog, I'm going to eat it and enjoy the ball game. If the hot dog was made by an AI robot, cool. Literally don't care. If I get gears and bolts that are chipping my teeth, I'm going to have some problems, though. It needs to be good. It has to taste good. With the poor quality of anime in 2025, now I support AI. Yeah, no, I hate this. This isn't being adaptive. This is just laziness for instant gratification. That sounds like somebody that would block me for seeing my posts of, I told ChatGPT to make her beautiful. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, again, people don't care where the art comes from. They just want it to be pleasing to the eye. And that's the way I look at it too. And that might hurt feelings. That might crack a few eggs to make the omelet, but it's the truth. And a lot of times the truth hurts. And I think this is a very fascinating story, which is why I wanted to highlight it, because I know right now it's just Japanese manga, but just wait, because this is the future of technology and all aspects of entertainment, not limited to manga or comics or books or even video games, but it's coming for Hollywood too. As soon as Suna and the Google ones and all those start getting to the point where user generated content can be on the level of a Hollywood movie, I'm going to be first in line to create my own movie the way I want to. I think that's going to be the coolest thing in the world. I'm like super excited for that day to come, where it's going to be no barriers, no red tape, no, oh, you can't say that, or you can't do that. You can make whatever you want and then share it with your friends, and then word of mouth will spread it. And if it's good enough, the cream will rise to the top, and we'll have a golden age of entertainment will come from this. And I genuinely believe that. That's why I'm so excited about this. And I know there's a lot of people that hate AI because they're always worried about, well, how's it hurting me and what I've worked for. But we'll see what happens with that. But for now, I'll leave it there. Groofus says, I've been saying this for a few years. We're entering holodeck entertainment age. People can entertain themselves. Yep, 100%. Cream is rising, you say? Huh? Get your mind out of the gutter. I should probably remove that picture while I say